Oh, we are living in a weird and wonderful world as a West Ham fan, aren't we? Welcome back to the West Ham Network. I'm Anton, giving you another one of my updates today as I fix my shirts for you live on this recording. But it's crazy. I can't keep up with it. It's just never ending, and I don't know why I expect anything different. But now what we're hearing is that Julian Lopetegui is set to stay in charge of West Ham for a game against Wolves. He has been under increasing pressure from West Ham, but we're expected to stick with the Spaniard for now following a board meeting this week. We face fellow strugglers, Wolves, in a crunch clash at the London Stadium on Monday night, and a bad result against his old club would only really leave him on the brink. It would leave him on the brink. I thought the Leicester game was the final nail in the coffin, but it looks like the Wolves one, they're willing to see it out at least until that game. Now, the defeat against Leicester left West Ham back in 14th place in the table, and Wolves feel like this is a must-win game for them, and Gary O'Neill, of course, who's also under pressure, let alone the fact that Lopetegui also is in the same situation. He's managed just 4 wins in 14 Premier League games since he's came in and since the summer. He was given a 2-year contract, but he has so far failed to deliver on what you could say is big expectations. He spent more than £120 million on 9 new players in the summer, and he hoped by this point he could steer us closer to higher up in the league. But West Ham have managed just 1 win in 5 games since beating Manchester United on October the 27th, and he is fighting to save his job. After the Wolves game, West Ham faced Bournemouth, Brighton before Christmas, playing Southampton on Boxing Day, and then Liverpool on December the 29th. We're also hearing, coming out of the club, apparently, that when he had signed, Lopetegui was signed, he was given 3 things that he needed to work towards. Integrate 9 new signings that come from all different backgrounds, all different leagues, and integrate them in to this season. Especially during a big rebuild season. The next one was to change the system that we were playing with to create chances, and the final one was win games on a more consistent basis. Now, Lopetegui believes there's still room for improvement, but believes he is hitting 2 points from the 3 that I mentioned during a big rebuild season. So there's several points you could look at when you dissect the comments that I've just made. Integrate new signings. Well, of course, that's part and parcel of the role you're going to do. Change the system. We were playing with with the aim to create chances. Well, I think we've changed the system, but the problem is we changed so much. We changed team selection so much, and that's where my issue lies. There's no identity. There's no vision. And if we're changing a system, then that's fine. And if we're going to create more chances, then you want to see West Ham probably building upon that Newcastle performance and not going back the way. And I honestly don't believe that winning 3-1 against Leicester, if we had done, would have meant that I would be sitting here saying the same shit, because we didn't really have the identity. The Leicester game was by no means similar to the Newcastle game by any means. And then win games on a more consistent basis, well, that is obviously no shit, Sherlock, with regards to the situation. Listen, I'm not one to sit here and jump on the bandwagon and say, sack him here, sack him there. I just don't see anything, and I feel like it's maybe that we're lost, and I'm concerned that we go into the game under the lights at the London Stadium in front of the fans, doing the press conference tomorrow when every single question is going to be come at him. I'm not saying that's the reason you jump ship. I think there's plenty of other reasons why there's maybe concerns there from West Ham fans. I know people are looking at the stats from previous seasons, and people are judging Lopetegui on the basis of, well, we've been worse positions. We're in the same situation as we were last year, but last year wasn't great. We've got a new manager and we're looking for a new direction, and we're not seeing that new direction. So something has to give in that time. Anyway, short and sweet is Lop's in for Wolves. What do you think? Leave the comments. Come on, your hands.